are changing their presentation.
That was exactly my next question.
Gordon Hayward tomorrow.
Dominoes,
and they're going to say to Gordon Hayward, Gordon, you want to be in the Eastern Conference. You want to make the All-Star team. You want to compete for the
Look at this list.
For the final.
LeBron at the front, Kyrie at the end, and that's it, baby. That's it. Rudy Gobert tweeted out tonight.
What's John Wall got to do to be on this list?
Right? Rudy Gobert tweeted out tonight, all right, can we just fusion the East and the West?
Like a trendy restaurant in LA.
Shout out Google Translate.
Right? I do have to say, Rudy, I think you're probably right. And also, if you are trying to convince Gordon Hayward to stay, I would not tweet that, but still, I don't think he's wrong. I mean, this is kind of crazy right now with the imbalance, correct?
But think about what the Heat are going to say to Gordon Hayward. They're going to say, look, we're not going to wait for 3 years like the Celtics are going to wait. We're going to make deals for you now. We're going to figure out ways to make deals for you now. Come here, compete with LeBron James now. All the advantages. It changes the entire, strategies, that are headed into the free agency
To me,
period.
this is a huge shift in Miami's favor because, A, you can say to Gordon Hayward, get out of the West, get out of the West, get out of the West. But also, you can say, hey, don't go to Boston because they were going to sell you that they could trade for Paul George.
And that's
not going to happen now.
Or Blake Griffin was another target. That target's off the table now. Everything that Boston has shown is an inability to get the deal done. Now, I'm not blaming Danny Ainge. I know that circumstances are leading to teams being rather ridiculous, cutting off their nose to spite their face. But if I'm Pat Riley, am I giving him the benefit of the doubt? Danny Ainge tried his best. Or are you saying, look, they can't get anything done. All they do is sit around and collect picks and say, well, it wasn't the right time. Come to Miami, we get stuff done.
Trust me, Danny Ainge will be a major target for Pat Riley.
Well,
all right,
problem. So Brian had a great story on ESPN.com today about the Pat Riley-Danny Ainge feud that at this point has spanned decades and is really brutally serious. This is not a joking around, haha, we don't really like each other, Charles Barkley, Shaquille O'Neal sort of thing. This is actual blood stuff. Can you please
Pat Riley one time issued a statement with a curse word in it.
An official statement.
An official statement.
They gathered the media. Said, gather around.
And remember, it was Danny Ainge who made...
Can you do the statement?
No.
No, not with
Wait, I'll believe you. Just start and I'll believe you.
Let me tell you what happened.
Let's try.
Let me tell you what happened. Danny Ainge said LeBron complained about fouls too much.
Yes.
So he sent his spokesman, Tim Donovan, out, and he said, this hereby is a statement from Pat Riley. Danny Ainge needs to shut the bleep up on the record. I know he's a bigger whiner than LeBron because I coached against him. And Danny Ainge came out the next day and said, Pat Riley, I stand by my words, and I don't want to mess with him and get all his hair gloop on my face. They said that to each other on the record.
On the record.
Then, let's move past words. Then, it was Miami that stole Ray Allen away from Boston, even though Boston was offering more money, and they're still not over that.
Well, none of the players are either.
They shouldn't be because Ray was the difference in many cases on the court in those series.
Then, 2 years later, Danny Ainge made a trade with the Cavs that opened up the cap space that allowed them to re-sign LeBron away from the Heat. So here we are, round 45. I'm not even talking about the 80s when they played against each other in the finals 3 times. Heavyweight fight between Ainge and Riley.
For Gordon Hayward. Brian Windhorst for Gordon Hayward.
And there's not that much left to fight for.
We need another 30 for 30. Another chapter that 30 for 30.
They can't get Jimmy Butler. They can't get Paul George. They can't get Blake Griffin. It's closing time at the store. They got to get this guy, and they're going to go to a war over this the next 48 hours.
Dwayne Dedman's still available.
All right, I do want to talk about the conferences, right? Because, look, this is a huge imbalance. We saw the chart up there. Does the NBA need to do anything about this? You're going to have half the games in the league on TV, the revenue coming in, or for games that people are going to say, well, the stars aren't in those games. This is a star-driven league.
Well, I think we're going to see some of the Eastern teams react to this. I think you'll see the Toronto Raptors make a hard play for Kyle Lowry to retain him because I think they realize there's a window here, remains in the East. Serge Ibaka the same way. I think you'll see the Washington Wizards make a hard push to now retain Otto Porter. And I even think that the New York Knicks, because I know the New York Knicks fans are really suffering out there, they have some cap space here. And there's guards available in the market. Is there a move that they could make that they could sell to a free agent? Hey, come to the East. We have Carmelo still. We're going to keep him. We have Kristaps Porzingis. We're not going to have to play the triangle. and we may be able to get a point
That
guard
is part of the pitch.
who
That's
could
a huge-
sneak
We're not
them
as
in.
bad and scary as we used to be.
Yeah, no, but I'm honestly, the Knicks have been. This is part of the pitch now. Like, ding dong, Phil is gone, right? I mean, this is like you're no longer in the Bermuda Triangle. You can play like everything has lifted from the building, and I actually think that they have a different vision to sell now. Jeff Hornacek's going to play this up and down style. They can play fast.
That he's used to.
Yeah.
That was his forte. That he won 48 games with the Phoenix Suns, for crying out loud, playing up and down. Why would you force him to coach any different way? Look, here's the thing. You say, should we realign? I think I don't like that. You know why? Because it says, oh, Easter's so bad, we have to change the rules to make it fair. No. Let's get some of these front offices that are clearly not doing a good job out of there and get some better GMs in there.
Are we going to have this argument again?
We'll have the argument every single time.
So, Rachel,
I don't help people.
Since free agency has already started, where I'm just checking the old Twitter here, there's a couple of names off the board already.
Yeah, come on, help
Jeff
us out.
T. going with Adrian Wojnarowski is our new colleague here,
Yes.
just starting 901. That's I guess our free agent acquisition. Jeff T. is going to Minnesota, 3 years,
Yes.
57, which we all kind of were. So this is a tough day for Indiana. You trade Paul George, and you also lose Jeff Teague here.
Right.
I don't know. It's in Minnesota now. They found their point guard.
Well, they dealt Ricky Rubio
Yep.
earlier
So-
in the day to Utah, and then now with Jeff Teague. How does that change the complexion?
The power of adding a superstar, an all-NBA caliber player. Because when Jimmy Butler got there, Minnesota's phone started ringing. By who? Other free agents.
Yep.
Hey, you guys have any money left
That's
for
not
us?
the only people who dialed Jimmy Butler's phone. You had all of America dialing Jimmy
Well,
Butler's
not
phone.
just Jimmy Butler's phone, but Scott Layden's phone,
Yes.
Tom Thibodeau's phone. People,
I mean,
people
the
say.
man gave out his number on
So there
national
are
television.
people who say, oh, no, why would you give up on Zach LaVine? Like, keep the young core growing. This is why, because it gives you an air of legitimacy. The Minnesota Timberwolves are ready now to start taking that step, and good players around the league see it and say, oh, I want to be a part of that. Jeff Teague.
Another former Eastern All-Star
Yes.
heading to the Western Conference. Also, Minnesota, by dealing Ricky Rubio today, that deal became official. I guess it's yesterday now, the last NBA year. They open up, they still have $15 million left in cap space that they can go out and chase other players. This is their move. They're going to make a move to end their 13-year playoff drought. They're not catching the Warriors, but look at this. In the last couple of days, they've added a couple of former All-Stars.
One more, Patty Mills
Yeah.
staying in San Antonio, according to Woj, 4 years, $50 million. That was expected, obviously, but good
Well,
keep for the Spurs.
It's interesting, though, because it ties up some room for them. You know, the thought was they were going to try to clear the deck. It's possible that seeing all these guys move around, there's no one to clear the deck for.
Agreeing to it doesn't necessarily mean they signed it yet.
Well,
so
you can't sign until July 6th,
Sure,
is that right?
but if you agree on the parameters, you can work around, do all your signings, and then come back and actually put it
Which
down.
we've seen the Spurs do before.
Absolutely.
Spurs Magic, right, Brian?
That's right.
Pixie dust. It's a
100%.
pixie
How,
dust.
they got Paul Gasol to turn down a
legal.
player option.
100% legal.
100% legal, except when it's not. We are going to take a quick break. Coming up, we will discuss the huge deal Blake Griffin signed to stay with the Clippers. We will discuss a lot more about Paul George in Oklahoma City and what it means for Russell Westbrook. Stay with us.
The NBA Free Agency Special is presented by Kia. Hurry in during the Kia Summers on Us sales event. Visit kia.com to learn more.